Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am in Union County, South Carolina, at the site of the Bougainville United Methodist Church. Very old church, beautiful church. And I'm at their cemetery. And the reason I am is to pay respects to a grave of two small children. On October the 25th, 1994, Susan Smith took her car with her two small children, Michael and Alex. Michael was, I believe, 3 years old, and Alex was 14 months. And she drove her car into the John D. Long Lake and left her children inside to drown. Now, I remember when this story happened. I remember when this story broke. And the way I remember it was, it came out of South Carolina, that there was this woman, her name was Susan Smith, and it was October 25th, 1994, and she reported that she was driving in her car in her town, very small town, and she had her two small children in the back seat. And she said she was carjacked by a black man, and he took her car with her children inside. Now, that was the story she told. And what I have read since that, the police, pretty much after the second day, they were like, don't make any sense. Details aren't adding up. They just couldn't prove yet. They couldn't break the case yet, but they were like, this doesn't make any sense. And a lot of people who heard her story, they saw, like, there's just, you get a vibe off people, and it didn't add up. So for 9 days she tried to stick to that story, and she would go on television and she would cry, but she acted as if she was crying. There were really no tears there.
Right here, what the truth is, I can see from their side why they have to do the things they have to do. But the Lord and myself both know the truth. I did not have anything to do with the abduction of my children.
For 9 days, she stuck to this false story. And the police finally broke her. They finally interrogated her, the FBI, and they got to the truth of the matter. And she told what she had done. She took her car down to the John D. Long Lake. Now, mind you, they had already dived that lake. They had already searched it and didn't find the car. But what had happened was they didn't realize how far out the car had actually went. So they were just short maybe 22 feet or so. So they went out further and they found the car turned upside down. But she said that she went there. She says she took the car, and she let the car roll into the lake with the children in the back seat strapped in, unable to free themselves. When they dived down and got the car, I read that they shined a light inside, and there was a little small hand pressed against the glass. When they did the autopsy on the children were not killed prior to being put into the lake. The little boys died by drowning. In the court case, the prosecution took a car, much as her model of car, and reenacted the scene. They took the car and let it roll into the lake, and they timed it, and they had a camera inside the car, watching the car fill up with water. It took 6 minutes for that car to go under. 6 minutes. Now, the reason Susan Smith killed her children, from her defense side, was that she was a woman who was very troubled, that she was suicidal, that she was basically in the depths of this despair and this sadness. The prosecution, however, had a different viewpoint. They had discovered a letter that she had given to her from a boyfriend that she had that had broken up with her recently. See, her and her husband were in the process of a separation and a divorce. And she had been in a relationship with a local man who had a little bit of money. And he recently wrote her a typed up, very lengthy letter, Dear John letter, basically, a breakup letter, and laid out why he no longer wanted to be in a relationship. And basically he said, I don't want children. Well, here she is. She's got 2 young children, 2 little boys. And the prosecution was like, this is why she done this. She was trying to maintain this relationship with this man, and that's why she murdered her children. They were going for the death penalty for her. They did not receive the death penalty. The jury took about 2.5 hours or so, and they gave her life. But Susan Smith is up for parole next year, November 2024. Susan Smith is up for parole.